What do you look like in the morning? Okay, now we need to see this picture.
Okay, I'm looking at this other picture.
He looks like a penis with facial hair?
Oh, I see.
Oh, look at that.
I see now.
I see. Look how handsome I look.
Wow.
Look how handsome I look. Beautiful.
Wow, look at
that. Beautiful.
That's crazy.
I decided to use a filter and send a good morning.
Right.
And apparently I'm getting shit on for it. Thanks.
It's a very good filter because I didn't realize it was you. I thought it was something Lincoln found.
You did an excellent job. It's terrifying.
It does. It does. All right. Nose goes.
That's a Laura.
That's a Laura.
Oh.
That's a big old Laura right there.
When the moon hits your eye, it sucks really bad because it's really bad.
But the good news is, there's not a lot to have to keep track of. So, there you go. Hey, everybody. How's it going? This is Durnk Industries, Deadlands, Episode 5. The Ballad of Whitey McGee.
Buster Scruggs.
Hey, what happened last week?
Well, I'll be real honest. I don't remember a lot of last week. I do know that we got some supplies and made our way towards where we think those creepy little bug things are coming from. Along the way, we ran into some people. I don't remember precisely what is my chat not working? What the bloody hell? Stupid Twitch. Along the way we ran into some people that were running from some kind of creature. I hate Twitch right now. I hate it with a fiery passion. It just keeps deleting my chat. And
every time you repop it, it's going to delete it.
What I hate about that, it doesn't carry over the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the kind of creature that it was. Or if it wasn't a creature, we've just fought some people, like bandits.
Jackalope.
A jackalope. That's right.
Remember, because somebody had a pet.
Yeah, Frank decided that he was going to befriend and adopt this jackalope.
And was his name Fluffy?
Sure. Mr. Fluffies?
His name was Jack.
Jack the jackalope.
All right.
And he successfully befriended it, or so we thought. Then we took a rest and took turns watching throughout the night. Mr. Hayes and I successfully heard some howling and then screams off in the distance at a different camp. We decided that it was not our problem and just stayed up. In the morning, Mr. Gunn decided we should probably go look at what happened at that camp. And it appeared as though there were about 2 or 3 men who were absolutely ripped to shreds at the camp, like body parts torn apart. I did my best to try and put them back together, but I'm not that kind of doctor. And
you
then,
rolled well, though.
Hmm?
You rolled well, though.
I did roll well, and I successfully sort of put those bodies back together, even though that's not my field of science. Then the jackalope came back, and he was foaming at the mouth and possessed like some crazy demon from the nether realms. We tried to shoot it, and it would not die. I tried to shoot it with a flamethrower, and that scared it a little bit. And I honestly cannot remember if we killed it or not, or if it just ran away. I think it just ran away, didn't it? Yeah, it just ran away. We recognized that a couple of the men were on a wanted poster, so we put their heads in a sack, like professionals do, to go collect the bounty on those men. And I very firmly said we needed to burn the bodies. So I did so with my flamethrower that I'm not letting anybody else touch ever again. It's my favorite toy. It's my new toy. And we decided to head towards a town instead of out further into the wilderness to, one, see if those wanted posters are in that town and potentially collect the bounty there, and also get a feel for the news of where these creepy bug creatures are coming from in that town. I feel as though I missed very important things, so please fill in anything that I forgot.
We ran in on the way out there. We ran into a group of settlers that were fleeing their settlement because they got run off by the not copywritten Starship Trooper bugs. And we talked to them, and they gave us a brief outline of that we were heading in the right direction.
I made very obvious color changes to those bugs, so we are fine.
Okay, the slightly copyright-free version of the Starship Trooper bugs. And that, I think that's it.
The as we found out, outlaws, at least one of them an outlaw, they're tragically deceased at the camp, had in one of their tents a lockbox. That lockbox contained various items, including several, about, what was it, 80 Confederate dollars, some eagles, some actual, usable gold currency that was.
Yeah, we did some of it. Some of
the gold, the usable currency we had.
Right.
And it may have had a smattering of other papers in there. I'm not entirely sure.
It was 80 paper dollars, but we don't know what the exchange for the paper money is, so I didn't hand all that out because it might be a pain in the ass to get that turned into anything anyway.
And I do believe we have a wager going on how long you keep that head in the bag.
I'm definitely going to forget about it. Let's be fair. Last week I claimed I will never forget about it. I remember that, but I'm going to forget about it. I have changed my mind entirely. I drink too much for that to not just be totally forgotten about.
Oh, well. And speaking of, maybe we should have a toast before we start the evening.
To Lady Umberly. Thankies.
So, may the best of the past be the worst of your future.
I have to think about it, but that's real pretty.
Golly, you use your tongue birdier than a $20 whore.
There we go with the whore jokes. All right, here we go.
I'm just curious how the Padre there knows about $20 whore.
Oh, that was out of character.
You kidding me? They're about as pious as you could throw them. Talk to any of them altar boys.
You'll find yourself on the outskirts of Cuchiti, New Mexico. That which is to the west and just barely to the south of Santa Fe, your originating point. Before we go on, why don't we hand out some fate chips?
My favorite part of the evening.
Yeah,
that's not true, but it is a real fun part of the evening.
The part where I get a bunch of white chips that don't do dick.
Fate chips. All right, Mr. Hazer. Reverend, what was that, Reverend?
I was just saying, let's see what fate has.
Yes. What does fate have in store?
Kind of a wreck belch there.
Mr. Hayes, a blue and 2 whites. Deputy.
3 whites?
A blue and 2 whites.
I'll take it.
We have fate chip twins.
Reverend.
Yes, Reverend, who is not Catholic. I will reestablish that he is not Catholic.
They're all the same
A
damn thing.
white, 2 whites, and a red for the good Reverend. And Dr. Mathis.
Yes.
2 reds and a white.
Oh my.
And each of you will also receive another fate chip. Why,
Means
you
he's
might
gonna try to kill
ask?
us.
Well,
Because we're going to fight something big and we might die. Because that's
You're
immediately
correct.
where my brain goes.
we will.
Because I believe there may be a chance of TPK.
I still hope that you are all that at some point you figure this out for yourself. So, for the time being, just know that today you receive an extra fate chip. Mr. Hayes, a red. Francis, a white. Reverend, a red. And Doctor, a white.
You're right there, Francis. You seem to get all the white ones.
All righty then.
All the white ones seem to give me all the blue ones. So.
Yes, as I say, you find yourself outside of Cuchiti. If you remember, when we left you
Coochie in there?
Pardon?
Did you mean to put the word coochie in the middle of that?
Hey, blame that on the people that actually named that place. It's a real place, dude. So, hey, I got nothing. I got no real stake in that at all. So, okay. All right, let me set this stage for you. You just gone across a bridge into town. You've come in from this area right in here. That's where you is. A woman had just poked her head out of this building here, and
By any chance is her name Charo?
no.
Living in the town of Cuchi?
Coochie. No. But the gentleman that what you assumed was the dead body, on the shore, did also begin to stir. Welcome. What would you like to do?
Good. Good sir, are you all right?
Careful there, Reverend.
He's not moving very quickly.
Hey, mister.
Was he continuing to cough the way that you just were?
Indeed.
Hey, mister, can you turn around and show us your hands real quick?
He tries to raise himself up and falls back to the ground. You can see that his chest is moving. He is face down. Chest is moving, but he is no longer coughing or moving, or no longer stirring.
Shit.
Well, first things first, we need to turn him over so that he does not collapse a lung.
I'm working on it. Reverend, get your damn rifle out.
Wow, okay. Hearing this as he's approaching, he would give pause and ready his rifle.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna turn you over. You try to bite me or stab me or shoot me, that clergyman back there, he better aim than he looks. All right. Fuck. I go to try to turn him over real quick.
You turn him over. He doesn't stir. But when you turn him, you see his face.
Mm.
Yeah.
I would like Deputy to roll and let's do a common knowledge roll, please.
Yeah, I'm great at that. Hey, I know him.
It.
We went to primary school.
Yes, you do indeed. You would recognize that face anywhere. There's a prominent spot on the wanted board with this man's face on it, and you recognize him as Whitey
alive?
McGee.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
Same price?
No, never.
Damn
Never.
it.
Always more alive than dead. Always more
How
alive
much?
than dead. This one you actually remember. There is a $500 reward for alive. Dead, a mere $50.
Well, blessed are our fates, Reverend. Your praying shit's working. Buford, we rich.
Oh, he's alive. Oh, thank the Lord for that.
Dr. Mathis, can you?
Yes.
Is he alive?
I know you ain't that kind of doctor, but can you keep this piece of shit from dying?
I can do my best.
$500. We bring this asshole back alive.
I
This
will do more than my best. I will heal him constantly.
This here's Whitey McGee. How you doing, Whitey?
He does not respond.
What? Bullet
Jeez.
got your tongue?
He is unconscious. At least he appears to be. From behind you, you do hear, "Oh my lord! Oh, what is going on over here?"
Ma'am, you just wait right there. My deputy, Mr. Hayes, is gonna see to you in just a second.
Is that
Mr.
man
Hayes?
hurt? Is he hurt?
He's fine. We're taking a look at him. I got a doctor right here.
Oh lord!
Mr. Hayes, if you could.
Yes, madam, if I could assist you over here, please.
Oh, yes. I just want to be of help.
Well, I think we have this perfectly under control here right now, unless you're referring to matters, aside from what's going on with this gentleman right here.
Oh my, there certainly are matters. Matters to be concerned with, yes.
And what might those matters be?
She begins to bring you towards the building she came from. Please follow me. We must sit. We must tell you what's been going on around here. We have been waiting for you. We sent word days ago.
If she's pulling me in a direction, I think that maybe I want to do like a scan of the area a little bit.
Very good. Let's do a notice roll.
Real quick to Dr. Mathis.
Yes.
I ain't splitting no reward with no town, so let's keep this on the hush hush, yeah?
More money we have, the more ghost rock I can buy. So
I did roll a 4 on my notice check there.
Very good. Yes, you noticed that once this lady came out to meet you, that others have been poking their faces out of doors and in windows as well. There is you can't get a full count of how many people might be in town, but there are enough. But they were certainly keeping themselves holed up.
Right, but not an inclination that she's pulling me into something dangerous.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right. You sent for help, you say?
Of course we have. Are your friends going to join us? I heard one of them say that he was a deputy from Santa Fe.
He is in fact a deputy, and he will be joining us shortly, but he needs to attend to this gentleman over there for a moment.
All right, then. Well, please come. She takes you over to the building she originally emerged from, and she
Hey, can I
walks
follow?
inside. You follow. Very good. What you find yourself in a tavern, a clean but humble tavern. The sign above said Old Henry's Tavern. She brings you inside. There is no one in the tavern. and she immediately walks to the bar, and asks you to sit down. Back with the deputy, the doctor, and the reverend.
That's a good TV show name.
Where are you at? What are you doing?
Deputy, doctor, and reverend walk into a bar.
I would like to assess this man's condition as best I can.
Cool. What shall we do? Let's go ahead and have you. Let's should we do a weird science roll, or should we try something else here?
I could do weird science. I could do just a straight up smarts roll.
You don't have anything in like a healing or other kind of science or anything like that?
No, not.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I do. I have science, just regular science.
Regular science? Let's do a regular science roll.
Regular science.
Regular.
I'm gonna let that one fail.
All right. As far as you can tell, he's breathing. His eyes dilate when you or constrict when you pull them open. He seems to be just unconscious.
Well, deputy, I'm stumped. This man's unconscious, but he's alive. I don't know why.
Is he bleeding? They're generally bleeding when they're something's wrong.
Is he bleeding, and has he been bitten?
Bitten by
Well,
what?
that would require me to remove the man's clothing.
Oh, for crap. Well, we wouldn't want to tarnish your reputation now, would we?
I am a married woman.
All right, fine. Revan, you want to help me get this idiot up on a horse so we can get him back to town?
Yeah, of course. I can also take a quick look at him before we move him. I've helped a mortician or two. Thankfully, he's not there yet.
What do you got for me, Reverend? What do you have? Do you have any skills that are healing based or anything sciencey?
He's just got a pretty good notice. He would just be looking for anywhere that he's bleeding or bitten. Nothing high medical.
Give me a notice roll.
Seven.
Good enough. Behind the mess of hair on his head, you do find a bit of a knot and some bleeding coming from the back of his skull. There's your standard sort of scrapes and scratches. Nothing other than that head wound that seems at all dangerous.
All right, so it's a knot with some blood. Well, can see why he's out of sorts. Looks like he took quite the blow to the back of the head. Well,
I guess removing his hat is removing his clothes too, Doctor.
Removing his hat would be wise. That way I could examine if there was a head wound.
Well, there is. Reverend found it. Ugh.
oh,
Had a bullet hole or just a knock?
just a knock. A couple scrapes too.
What is
Maybe
Whitey?
he was hit by something and fell off that bridge.
What is Whitey
No.
warranted for?
Yes. Whitey is he is wanted for robbery, theft, cattle rustling, and horse thieving.
No
On the
killing.
other hand, he could have just gotten drunk and fallen off that bridge and taken a tumble and hit his head on the way down.
He is
Hard
not.
to say.
He is not wanted for any particular murder. No.
Well, Whitey ain't a big violent type. He's a robber and a crook, but I wouldn't be surprised he took something from somebody and then they rung him upside the head. All right.
Well,
Well, don't change nothing. Let's get one of these horses over here and put him up.
Yep, that seems right. Since medical science would not dictate that we shouldn't move someone who's concussed, but we'll do it.
What are you guys' intentions once you get him mounted? Where are you headed?
Into town, find a room. Maybe a jail. If they got a cell somewhere, or if they got I doubt since they're asking for deputies from Santa Fe, they got one, but maybe they just got a room at the inn or lodging somewhere.
Yeah, this bar we wandered into, it's just a saloon. It's not a saloon hotel type deal, is it?
This is just a tavern.
Just a tavern.
The one that Mr. Hayes has been drawn into, but you don't know that yet. Mr. Hayes, let's return to you for a moment. And yes, you see that this is it is a 2-story establishment, but there is no sign that that this is a hotel or that it has rooms or any kind of boarding. She pours a drink, just some kind of house whiskey, and sets it in front of you, and then plops down in the chair on the other side. Well, what took you so long to get here?
I'm going to play along with this just a little bit. She doesn't know that we're not the ones that they sent for. Well, it's been kind of a hard road. We encountered some things along the way. Slowed us down just a little bit.
That does not surprise me. Those creatures. Well, I would like to know what your plans are.
Well, definitely we need to address the creature situation. We do not like those critters. We were definitely sent here to look into the critter situation. Now, unfortunately, I did not get a full briefing of the missive that you had sent to us. So if you could parlay that information to me, I would greatly appreciate it.
Well, I do believe we should put you in touch with Mr. Mason then. He's the one who sent for you. He's the acting constable.
Excuse me, his name again is Mr. what?
Well, Mr. Mason, of course.
Mr. Mason.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Mason Dixon.
What? Who? Can I ask who you are?
My name is Buford T. Hayes.
Mr. Hayes, may I ask on whose authority you are here speaking for?
We were sent here by Colonel Roland Sinclair from Santa Fe.
The Colonel. Very good. Whew. I do apologize. You just never know who just wanders in off the road these days.
Don't blame me. I don't blame me at all because, even though we are here to help you, we still are strangers.
Well, finish up your drink and we'll head on over to the constable's office then.
All right. I go ahead and throw back the shot.
All right. Back with you three.
He's like licking the inside of the shot.
As you roll through town, you're coming up through this what essentially is a road. You've passed where it is that Mr. Hayes, the building he went into. And you're coming up on what looks like the main street of the area. I won't make you do notice rolls here. There's great signage pretty much everywhere. We have a hotel here. As you come around, let me pull that up. We'll just show you the legend. It's going to be easier. All right. We have a large saloon.
Thought
Right.
this was a ballad. Now you're calling it a legend. Kind of upping the stakes here.
So many, so many.
Terrible.
You have a corral and a livery in this area. You've got the large Canyon Hotel, which I showed you earlier. That'd be this one back here.
I think that just first hotel we at least duck our heads. I'd duck my head into.
Very good.
I'll continue leading the horse that's carrying the body. I mean, the prisoner.
As you stop at the hotel, Francis, you poke your head in. Again, there's just not that many people around, but you are welcomed in by a gentleman. May I help you, sir?
Yeah. Deputy San Fe, named Francis Gunn. We got an injured person out here. Ain't no chance you got a doctor or surgeon here in town, do you?
Well, no, I apologize. We do not have a surgeon. We do have a gentleman who's done some doctoring. He could be found at the livery.
I'll head that way then. Thank you kindly for your
Yes,
for
yes,
your assistance.
Of course.
And that's just down this one, the only street you have.
Yes, sir. Just
Right down the end of
straight
that.
down to the end there. You can't miss it. You can't miss the delivery. And let me tell you, deputy sir, we do have a discount for law enforcement staying here, sir.
I'll keep that in mind. Oh, good news! I'm back outside. Good news. They have a discount.
As a frugal woman, discounts are always appreciated.
Law enforcement only, Dr. Mrs.
Certainly, I'm helping you, so that discount would apply to me as well.
Jeez. Didn't realize he was a cheapskate on top of being a bad doctor. All right, let's go.
Again, not that kind of doctor.
Again, you're going to have to be real specific. You're a doctor or you ain't.
At least you're
Oh.
not calling her related, doctor.
Poor summer child.
Born in October, thank you very much.
You can't miss the livery. It's there's not a lot of livestock in there, but you can smell it for sure, and it's pretty easy to tell that that's where they're housing their animals.
Something tell me that dude's that gentleman back there's definition of doctor is as loose as Dr. Mathis's. All right. Make sure he don't die or nobody takes him. I'll wander towards it. Doctor, any y'all surgeon or doctor, some shit?
You see an old man and a younger a young lady step out of one of the buildings. The old man looks at you kind of funny, and the young lady just waves.
Okay, yeah. Which one is a doctor and kind?
The old man steps up.
got
I've
any-
done some doctoring in my time.
We got an injured gentleman over here. I need to take a look at him. He got a bad thing on the back of his head.
He steps out from behind the fences. What happened?
I don't know. Found his ass on the side of the river.
Yeah. You say head injury?
I don't know. We're good reverend here found it under his hat.
Is he like slumped over a horse? Is that what I'm
Yep,
understanding?
just
Okay.
slumped over, face down.
All right, he just steps up and starts digging through the mess of hair on the back of Whitey's head.
You gonna die or what?
Yeah, I took a nice solid lump there on the head.
What do you think? You got thrown or something?
Can't say what happened. Looks like he was hit by something, or he hit something. One of the two. You just got to get this man lying down. It's gonna take a little time to do some healing. He'll be fine, though. He'll be fine.
You got a bed?
Here?
You're the doctor.
I run the stable, son. I've done some doctoring. This ain't no place for a sick man.
All right, back down the street. I guess we will be using our discount, Dr. Mathis. Oh, and before you ask, she ain't that kind of doctor.
Fine. Well, be happy to board your animals if you're interested.
Yeah, Reverend, if you can handle that, we'll use this horse.
Oh, thank you very much for your assistance and for your offer to take the animals, Mr.
Oh, people just call me Doc. Nice to meet you.
Call you stable.
No. Much obliged, Doc.
All right, Dr. Mathis and I head back down to the one inn that said they gave discounts.
All right.
Um,
We're gonna, as you're headed back down there, Mr. Hayes, the tavern woman takes you around the other side. She takes you around the other side of the livery and the stable, and up across and to this building here, if you can see that on the stream. That is the constabulary, the constable's office. She knocks on the door. Bill? They're finally here, Bill.
Did we run into him as they were heading there?
Nope, she took him the other way around. So you guys have missed each other.
It's fucking one horse town. It's so hard. It's so confusing.
There is no answer, but she opens the door anyway. Yes, she leads you into a small. It's essentially just a small office. There is a dual cell there with your iron bars, two cells right next to each other. A cot on the outside as well as on both in both cells, and of course a large desk, and but no one behind the desk at the moment. Where could he be? I mean, there ain't barely anybody in town left. I hope he didn't go run off as well.
Is he the kind of person that would turn tail and run?
Bill? Oh. Bill Mason, no, sir. He is as straight can be. And his family's very important to him.
We're about to meet a very flamboyant man.
I was really hoping Bill's name was going to be Pericles.
Be a pair or something.
Well, shall we wait until he gets back, or do we need to go look for him?
That is something I'm going to leave right up to you. I'm going to head back to the tavern.
I'll tell you what.
Do whatever you like.
I'm going to rejoin my friends, and then we'll come back and meet them together.
Lovely.
And, madam, I never did catch your name.
Oh, well, very kind of you to ask, sir. My name is Dolores.
Dolores.
Dolores Henry.
Miss Henry, very nice to meet you.
And you, sir?
We'll lay down.
Buford
my name is
Hayes, correct?
Yes, Buford T.
T.
Hayes.
Buford T.
That's right.
Hayes. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, there's a lift in that first syllable there.
Very well. I'm happy to have you in my establishment later today.
There's a lift in your damn pants.
Please bring your friends. We're very excited to have you here.
Well, I hope that we can help you all out.
So do I. So do
I'm not excited.
And she leaves.
After she leaves, I take a look around the office. I try to see if there's any papers left out, anything of interest.
Give me a notice roll, please.
Why, sure.
Snacky.
I did not notice anything. Nothing out of the particular, out of the ordinary.
You do not notice anything
Right.
out of the ordinary. I will say that you do see that there is a wanted board on the near his desk. It's in plain sight, and there are plenty of wanted posters on there. You don't notice, you don't recognize any of the people on that wall.
No Whitey McGee.
You do not see a Whitey McGee poster. There are a lot of posters there. I'm not going to say that Whitey's not there.
He could be covered up by other ones.
You do not see it on your first glance. So,
Well, upon not finding anything of interest, I decide to go look for the others.
very good. Would you like to leave the way you came, or would you like to leave from a different door?
We'll go the other way. Since we came that way and I didn't see them, I can assume that they're not in that direction.
Very good. You exit on the north side of the building, and you can easily see that there is what looks like a main street off to the back east. And in front of you, you see that there's another grouping of buildings, and to your direct north, you do see that there is from the signage, a mercantile, a rather large mercantile.
I head that way anyway. I just want to investigate the town. It's not a big town. I'll run into them eventually.
That's right. Heading north to the mercantile, or heading east?
Heading north to the mercantile.
All right, very good. Back to the three of you. Actually, we'll go to the doctor and the deputy as you've headed back towards the hotel.
Doctor and the Deputy. That's also a good show name.
That is a good show.
It's a
name.
spin-off from the first show, yeah.
When Reverend got caught with a little
A little-
a little bit of light stuff, and he went away for a while. They had to do the Doctor and the Deputy.
Church had to move him somewhere else where they didn't know him. He could start over again.
Smell sitcom, or I would if I had completely lost my sense of smell.
Due to the
The
cocaine.
schneef.
I'll walk back in. Well, turns out we do need that. Do need some of them room. How many got available for us?
And how many do you need, sir?
Well, we're gonna need one for the lady.
Very well.
And then one. We're gonna need a bed for the injured folk.
Yes, of course.
Quite frankly, I think he can handle a cot or a few planks of wood with a piece of cloth kindly draped over the top. It doesn't really matter.
We do have a room downstairs here for the help. That might be the best place. To put your
He ain't
injured
getting it. I need to keep him real close to me at all times, due to the nature of his injuries.
Oh, very well, very well. So would that be then just the two rooms?
See, now there's three gentlemen folk and then the injured man. That
I mean, I could do the math myself, sir, but you said that you wanted to have the one close by, so I mean, I could give you 5 rooms, 3 rooms. Wait, how many people
2
are we
rooms
talking
is
about?
fine.
2 rooms it is.
Like talking to a goddamn woodpecker has drilled his brains loose.
He hands you 2 keys. With each key has just a pretty little round piece of wood on it with a number scratched in it.
Oh, good. We're in the horror video game now.
There's a number 4 scratched in one and number 2 scratched in another.
Well, I walk back outside. All right, Mathis, you want 4 or 2?
You're muted.
I am muted. 'Cause I've
I
got
got
the
you
dog
done.
who's driving me up to here. I believe I'll take 2.
There you go. I toss her the key.
Thank
Very
you.
well. Very well.
All right. You're going to have to help me with this lunk ass.
Me.
I'm
Who is
sorry,
you, Darcy?
doctor. Yeah, you. You want your payday or not?
All right. I don't know how much help I'll be.
Hey, more than me.
I don't know about that.
No, the strength is my strength is shit.
Let's have you both make a let's just go a straight strength roll.
Athletics?
All right, sure.
Yeah.
Same. Get out of the way. 9.
Nice.
$500 back in them days will bring a lot of want to out of you.
That was some motivation for both of you. You both,
But,
yeah. Almost too easy. They're like jacked on
Put some
adrenaline
pep
or
in your
something.
step. Yeah.
Why do you need to eat a little more, man? I mean, I don't give no shits about you, but Jesus, you need to pack some pounds on.
He does seem a bit emaciated.
Well, he's lost most of his blood out his head.
Yeah, with those rolls, you take him right upstairs.
I'll put him in the same room with me.
All right, in
4.
in room 4. Very good.
All right. We put him on the bed. All right. Who gets first watch? Because I sure as shit ain't leaving this guy alone. His whole career is based on thieving and running away. And he ain't stealing shit, and I sure as shit ain't running away. Fine, I'll do it, goddammit, but you're doing it later.
I'm happy to do it now.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it. You go find the others, you sweet talk them into helping us out.
Oh, now that I can do. Finally, a reasonable request.
Find out where the hell Buford went. Did they eat him? I mean, I don't care. It's a bigger cut for us, but I hope they didn't.
I will do just that. And I'll leave.
Hey, do me a favor.
Hmm?
Doctor, can you have them send up some whiskey and some food or some shit, please? Please and thank you.
You're right.
Thank you kindly, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. I will stop at the desk or
I don't know what she's going to ask. I'm really afraid now.
excuse me.
Yes. Are the rooms satisfactory, ma'am?
Oh yes, they're lovely. That small man-child that you met first, he is requesting some sustenance. So whatever you would feed a 2-year-old child, feel free to send that on up to him with my compliments.
We do have some porridge. I think that would do fine for a 2-year-old
Okay.
child.
He also requested some whiskey.
For the same 2-year-old child, ma'am.
Oh no, this is for that deputy man-child that you met. He's a fully grown man. He just acts like a baby.
So there's not an actual 2-year-old child?
There is no 2-year-old.
Oh, thank the Lord.
All right, pedo, clean the fuck out.
Maybe toss some, I don't know, like hot dogs in on top of the porridge. He'll think it's something.
Now I understand. Very, very well. Very well. Very well.
And if I could have a bottle of whiskey delivered to my room, that would be acceptable as well.
But of course, it will happen. It will happen. You
Thank
just
you,
count
ma'am.
on that. You count on that.
And I will give her 2 gold eagles.
Ooh,
Jesus Christ.
well, right away.
I think she has to blow you in the 1800s at this point. You're getting the slobby knob later, Dr. Mathis. Congratulations.
I don't think she'd like it much.
Oh, yes. Okay, so yes, absolutely. All of that is going to happen.
Wonderful.
She rushes away.
And then I will head out to hopefully try and find Buford.
Very well. Reverend, we left you. You were at the livery with the horses.
Yep, and entrusted them over to Doc's care. And
Yeah, we'll have these horses rubbed down and watered and fed. And let's see, how many is that? That's 5 horses. That'll be let's see.
Reverend Metagaming, please do math for that idiot.
We'll do that'll be $2, please.
$2. Okay. Yeah. So we'll make a note of that, and I mean, I assume there's a spot for the wagon to stay there as well.
Absolutely. Yep. He just pulled it off. Up inside on the other side of the fence. It's all there for sure.
So, what manner of doctoring did you do before taking over here at the livery?
Oh well, did my time helping out during the wars. Want you to understand that it's not that I had any formal training as a doctor, but more as a field medic, as they would say. Limbs and holes and bleeding and them sorts of things.
Sounds ghastly, but I suppose there are many who found themselves in a situation such as yourself. Glad you made it to a more peaceful existence here.
Well, many men seen them kind of horrors leading up to now, but those horrors, they never really go away. Well,
indeed.
Very good then.
Thank you again. The Lord's peace be with you, and I should see to my compatriots.
Very, very good then. Very good. Are you folks here to help with them creatures?
We are. I'll be candid with you. We are here to investigate the situation. I personally hope we can do something to resolve the issue, but as it stands, we're here to find out what they are and what can be done.
Well, many folks, they left already. Few been taken, so
Taken.
I understand why they're leaving as they is, but I do hope you can do something, as you say.
I apologize if it's difficult to talk about, but you say there were townsfolk taken, as in taken alive?
Oh yes, sir. I was sure that the constable would have put that in his report. But yes, people, in both the dead and the living, taken. By counts now, I believe 8 altogether.
8.
And then you put that together with the people that done left already. The town's dying. Put a lot of blood and sweat and love into Cuchiti. I don't find myself leaving. But my granddaughter back there, I'm afraid I might have to send her away. God knows what.
Oh.
I apologize. I'm taking your
well,
time here like this. I'll let you go then, buddy. God
Lord
be with
willing,
you.
you won't have to. God be with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And I leave.
Give me a quick notice roll.
Mhm.
Mr. Reverend, if you could give me a quick notice roll, please.
Indeed. 6.
Very good. You, as you leave the livery, you see Mr. Hayes walking to the north, to the west of you. He seems to be headed in a very particular place.
Ah, Mr. Hayes. I see that you are done speaking with the was it a young woman, old woman, middle?
I think in probably an older woman would be fair.
Yes, a fine woman, Miss Dolores. She very kindly gave me a shot of whiskey, and then we headed on over to the sheriff's office, but he didn't seem to be there. So now I'm just actually out trying to locate you guys and kind of check out the rest of this fine-looking town.
Curious, but I suppose not entirely unexpected. Things do seem to be in quite disarray here.
Right. Now, it's interesting. The woman had said to me that they had requested us. So whether or not, Colonel Sinclair was the one that they had contacted, I am still not quite sure. But she pretty much seems to think that we are the ones that they had requested.
That too is curious. A gentleman running the livery seemed to think along the same lines. He mentioned a missive sent to Santa Fe by the constable here, and I recall reading no missive.
Well, I don't think, when Colonel Sinclair spoke with us, he never quite said what the purpose of sending us here. I mean, other than to check into the critter situation. He never said anything about us being part of a group of posses, so to speak, to come out here and check out this situation.
We should convene with the others. See, manage this situation.
Right. Do you know where they went to directly? I was going to be checking out this area over here just to kind of see what's available.
I believe as I was dropping off the livestock, they were on their way to the hotel, trying to find a place to lie down our new friend.
Well, considering there's maybe 20 buildings in this entire town, it's not going to be very difficult to find. I'm still going to go over and check out the mercantile area over here. Would you like to join me, sir?
Did everybody hear him turn Louisianan for exactly one word?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
He is from the bayou.
I suppose they'll be all right on their own for a moment. Actually, I'm thinking about that now.
So were you able to find a doctor, someone to help that gentleman?
Found a man named Doc. Or goes by it anyway.
So he sounds like he's about as much as a people doctor as the doctor as Dr. Corline.
He seems to. I don't think he has much expertise beyond maybe some basic veterinary medicine. Sounds. Spoke to me of the war. I think he might have even said wars. But
yes, well, you know what, though,
impromptu field medic, not a not a solid line of training, as I understand, more just.
Yes, well, but you know, in places like this, they are probably even lucky to have that.
I suppose so, especially with so many gone.
As you guys are having this conversation, you're working your way towards the mercantile. Let's cut over to Dr. Mathis as she eats her peanut butter from her spoon. You okay, Doc?
I am okay.
All right.
I had the hiccups from 8 a.m. to 11 this morning, and they were so bad that like my chest hurt, and felt like I was gonna vomit. And my friend said a spoonful of peanut butter, and it worked last time, and it worked again.
There you go.
It's a mid-afternoon peanut butter spoon. That's not mine. That's from the Valley Folk.
The magic of peanut butter.
That was good. Anyway,
You had last I think we left you. You were leaving the hotel. Where were you headed?
well, I was gonna head back to around the spot where we found the man to try and potentially retrace some steps that in the direction of where I saw Buford go
All right, very
with
good.
that woman to try and figure out maybe where he is.
You did. You saw where the woman came out of. You saw the building that she came out of, and you recognized the woman. That was the same woman that came up to you as you were dealing with the body. So yes, you have a pretty good idea where they were headed.
So I would head there.
Very good. You step up onto the porch of Old Henry's Tavern. And the door is closed, but you do hear you hear someone whistling inside.
You do hear some racist ramblings from inside.
I will go inside.
Oh my. You scared me. Whew. But
Sorry, I have a light of step.
I'm so glad that you are here. Please have a seat. I've been expecting you along with your others. That nice Mr. Hayes, he said you'd be coming around. Pardon?
Were you expecting me specifically or just a group of people?
No, the group of you. I invited Mr. Hayes back here with all of you for a drink.
Hi.
That's what you mean.
So please, yes. Please sit. She goes from behind the bar and she grabs. How many of there are you, darling?
Well, in our group, there's 4.
Very well.
Unfortunately, right now, cut to me. The fuck is porridge? Why did you say? Is that all you? All right, I'll take it, I guess. All right, come back.
She grabs 5 shot glasses and brings them over along with a bottle. She pours all 5, takes one for herself. I'm so happy that you're here.
I pound all 4 of them.
Well, I do like to see a lady who knows her constitution. This time she just pours you 1.
Mine is quite high, my friend.
She takes a sip as well. Presses it down. We are so very, very relieved to see you here finally. I do realize that there are a lot of things happening in the big city of Santa Fe, but this was important. And it only takes about a day, riding hard, but about a day to get here. What took you so long?
I feel like we were only in Santa Fe for about a day before all of a sudden this quest was thrust upon us.
We sent that message 2 days ago.
Well, I can't tell you. I was sort of thrown into this whole mess. I was not intending to be part of the police force.
Once the bodies started to disappear, that's when we got very concerned.
The bodies, as in dead bodies?
Yes, ma'am. We even had a few that died before the creatures started coming round. They took those too. Can you believe?
Like straight up out of the ground? That they've been buried?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. Where's your graveyard?
That would be up by the church. Well, not all the way up. It's on the top of a bluff. But, you know, around to the north of it.
And they were in, I assume that they were given a proper Christian burial in the
Oh, yes, ma'am. Of
casket.
course.
And
They were very nice people, very good people, very Christian people.
mm-hmm. Where did Mr. Hayes get off to? Where did you see him last?
Oh, yes. Well, we went off to the constable's office, and I left him there to wait for the constable. If you'd like, I'd be happy to take you there as well.
Yeah, I'll find my way. I wouldn't want you to inconvenience yourself and have to close down your establishment.
Oh, believe me, darling, I wouldn't be an inconvenience, but I do appreciate that. There's not many left around here anymore.
Yeah. Well, I will make sure to rustle up the gentleman and hopefully come on back for a bit of a nightcap.
Please do. Please do. It'd be very nice to see y'all.
Your drunk ass already got a whole bottle showing up to your room. What you fuck you need?
Don't speak about my drinking.
Well, then that's fine. As long as we're doing that all around.
As you'll notice, you have never seen Miss Coraline drunk.
Because we ain't never seen her sober.
So that's what we call functioning alcoholic.
All right.
I will leave, and I am not going to go find Mr. Hayes.
Very good.
I'm going to that graveyard
Very well. Very well.
because I have a theory, and I want to check my theory.
All right.
Too spoopy.
Yes. Give me just a quick notice roll.
Me?
Yeah, and give yourself a +2 to it because you've been out down the street already. So give me notice roll with +2.
All right. Where the hell's my notice? There it is. That would be a 7.
Very nice. Yep, you remember seeing a what looked like a church on top of a bluff to the north, and you head back around where you came from the hotel, and yep, you see it right there. It's easy enough to see. So up here on the map, you will notice.
Get back to Twitch. I still have my character sheet up. Okay.
Yep, right up there on the top of quite a large bluff is a church, easily recognized as such.
Awesome.
All right, you head that direction, and we're gonna at this point we're gonna cut back to the deputy.
I'm just in that room. I just ate my porridge. It was flavorless. And I'm sipping my whiskey. And I'm just... Whitey, you awake?
Who's that then?
Deputy Gunn out of Santa Fe.
Deputy, what the hell?
What'd you do to your head there, mister?
Obviously, knocked it on something, dumbass.
You know, I still get a reward. I bring you back dead. You might want to watch yourself.
Where the hell am I?
Cuchiti.
Cuchiti, yeah.
Your ass washed up on the shore.
Of course it did. Ugh.
You want to tell me a story?
You won't believe me anyway. Just take me back to Santa Fe.
I believe you.
Give me a drink of that. Oh, come on now.
Ah. All right. You try something, I'll shoot your ass. Nah, a little bit.
Yeah. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't done too much already. It's hard to believe I'm still alive. Still alive. I'm still alive. What time is it?
Day.
When is sunset then? It's coming.
Ain't got no windows in here.
All right. You probably gonna want to let me go. Give me a horse.
Let you go and give you a damn horse? Are you out of your fucking mind?
You be out of your goddamn mind. Not give that to me.
McGee, you worth 500. Dead 50. Now, that's not a lot, but it's sure shit more than zero.
50 dead, huh? Well, I stay here, that's way more likely. Yeah.
What are you talking about, asshole? Start to make sense.
You let me go, you give me a horse, I'll probably still die, but you might have a chance.
From what? Christ on a cracker. Oh, all right. No, come on now. Jesus, you didn't pay for it.
Neither did you.
You don't know that? Shut up.
Whiskey's the best thing after a strong knock on the head.
I am not a smart man. What happened? Start at the beginning.
You say you come from Santa Fe, huh?
All right.
You know the Colonel then, don't you?
I'm beginning to learn I do not know the Colonel very well at all, but yes.
Yeah. Who does? Who really knows anybody? Yeah, you know.
Quite the musings. Thank you.
Thought I knew myself. He says, I know there's some things motivate a man more than money. That's what he tells me.
Yeah, I heard that line too.
Yeah. I mean, I like money. You know, it spends well. You know, I made up some things about that. You know, sends me out here. Yeah, find the mother. Just find mother. Just find her. You know, it's all I was supposed to do. It's all. Come on now.
Take a bunch. Tell me a story.
Just tells me just to find and come back, and like like that's my nature, you know. Just find and come back, and don't you just yeah. She sent those things after me.
Gee.
Mother, are you listening to me?
You saying tell me them things think?
What did you find them? Did you?
We ain't been there yet.
Did you find Daryl?
What's Daryl?
The sun set and those howling beasts, hellhounds just come up and they. You ever see a man torn into pieces? Ripped apart. You've seen that happen to somebody.
Where are they?
Back down river. Back down river. We found her. We found Mother. But that boy, I couldn't tell him no. He's the most beautiful thing and it ain't like that. So we took it and we hid it. So she couldn't have it. And then them dogs came. They tore Daryl apart.
What?
Jaime too. Jaime just got torn apart too. And I ran, and then I swam, and I ran some more. And they couldn't find me in the water. They couldn't track me there.
Whitey.
Just give me a horse.
Whitey, look at me. I ain't done talking to you.
What?
What'd you take and where'd you hide it?
I don't know what it is. I'd never seen anything like that before. The boy said, you must find and you must hide. I did what the boy told me to do.
What boy? Daryl?
No, not the boy, the light boy. He glowed and I loved him. I never felt that kind of love before. And I never felt it return to me. And I did what I was told to do. Now give me a goddamn horse. And let me fucking go.
One more question, I'll give you that horse.
What?
Where'd you hide it? Where? Whitey.
One second.
You want me to roll persuasion?
1 second. Sorry.
Swear. fluctuating in character.
Yes, please roll persuasion. It was big. It was. We didn't have any way to take it with us, or we would have brought it with us. I didn't. It's in San Isidoro. We took it as far away as we could. It's San Isidoro. But you're gonna need the key. Now just let me go. Those things, those hell dogs, they did not stop. They will not stop.
All right. San Isidoro. All right, you answer my question.
Right. So he gets up and he starts to leave.
I shoot him in the back of the head.
All right. Wow, that's awesome.
Renegade for life.
There is a mechanic for that. Let me pull that up. All right. Yeah, go ahead and give me a shooting roll with a +4. Well, that doesn't make any sense. That's a win. So yeah, no rolls necessary. You pull your gun out. He turns. How you gonna do it?
As he's walking to the door, I let him get ahead of me, and I just quick draw at the back, right at the base of his spine, put it through his nose.
It is loud. He does not hear it. He dies instantly and slumps to the ground. You hear some running up the stairs.
I shoot real quick. After I shoot him, I shoot one more out into the wall behind me.
That the second shot, the steps stop.
Oh shit! You're good. Come on, back up. Help! Get me in here. Fuck, that fucker's dead, I think. Ah.
The desk clerk, throws the door open. Oh, what is this? Oh, my God. What happened?
When he enters the room, I'm on the floor. He came for me. Pretending he was sleeping or some shit. Fuck.
I thought, wasn't he your friend?
Truthish. Now, this man is wanted for horse thieving and cattle rustling. I didn't want to worry you by saying nothing.
Wait, I wish you would have said. We could have kept him down at the constable's office.
I was afraid that he would not be cared for properly. He had a head wound.
This is going to cost extra.
I understand that. And I believe Dr. Mathis has our budget with us.
I'll get you a different key.
Right? Hey, you just let me know what it costs you, okay? I understand. I understand.
She just keeps walking. Dejected.
You got somebody with coffins or some shit?
Cut to Mr. Hayes, the good reverend. You walk into the mercantile. It is a lovely building, very well maintained. Looks relatively new. Obviously 2 stories. A lot of space. Not only does it have all of the regular retail that you would expect in a building like this, but you also see that as you walk into the side, that there is a pretty decent little lumber yard next door as well. This place at least felt like this was going to be a prosperous little town. They were ready to sell to builders, to whomever. There is a gentleman, a spindly-looking guy behind the counter, seems to be counting and writing numbers down, taking some kind of inventory. He turns as you walk in to the door. As you walk in. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening.
Well, good evening there, sir.
I am a bit surprised to see you. But please, how can I help you?
Oh, I just happened to be entering the town for the first day here, and I'm just taking a look around, seeing what's here and meeting the folks and such.
It's a baby. Time out for
And
baby.
speaking of meeting folks and such, hello there, Lincoln.
Hey, Lincoln. What's
How
up?
are you, my little buddy? How are you doing?
Hi.
Oh, hi.
So tell us a story. What did you do today? Did you do something cool?
Can you sing the Itsy Bitsy Spider for them?
Yeah, do that.
Sing the Itsy Bitsy Spider. You're getting so shy now.
Itsy bitsy spider went up
Reactions?
the water spout. Down came the rain and pushed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again.
The story of Sisyphus.
What?
Oh, that's fine. That doesn't matter anymore. That guy's dead.
It's all over his elbow right now.
Did you have an adventure today? Did you adventure?
Not really.
Oh.
He got a new leapfrog tablet.
What?
Fun.
Birthday present.
Fun.
Or a replacement of an old present because he threw the last one and it stopped working right.
That broke easy.
But it's less than $20 and the thing teaches him it's the most thought-provoking toy I think we've ever purchased, so we had to get another one.
Just in time for the birthdays. Night, little dude.
Hey, good night.
Night.
I love you. Yeah?
Where were we? At the mercantile.
Killed the guy. You guys.
We had just greeted the mercantile merchant.
Right. Yes. I must admit, business has been a bit slow lately. I am surprised to see any new folk come to town, given what's
Well,
been
walking
going
through your
on.
town, it seems a bit sparse. I mean, for the amount of buildings that you got here, I imagine that you normally have people coming through here a lot more often than that.
Yes. Most definitely. Well, we've made quite an investment here, as you can see. But perhaps I can help you with a purchase. And what is it that you're looking for today?
It's not that I'm looking for anything in particular, but I'm always keeping my eyes open for a particular pattern of upholstery.
Oh, well.
Some fabric.
Yes.
Could you direct me in that direction?
Yes. Please follow me. Takes you over to one of the far walls, and you see many bolts of cloth set up against the wall. Really,
There's a divan that I am reupholstering, and there's a particular pattern that I have in mind, but nobody seems to quite have it.
Well, please feel free to something that normally.
Well, thank you.
My
I'll
wife.
rifle through this collection that you have here.
Very, very, very well. I will. If you need some assistance, please, just let me know. He steps back to the counter. Good Reverend, was there something I could help you with?
Oh, I was simply following my friend here. We new to town, don't want to get lost.
Well, I was hoping for more of a town to get lost in, but as you can see, we're
Yes, of course.
seem to have stalled.
I do suppose I could. Perhaps I'm looking in the wrong place, but I could always use a new Bible. As I'm looking at the one with the bullet in it.
I just happen to have some Bibles here. And he takes you over to the other side of the counter, and there are several books there actually, and but two different styles of Bible. One that's quite a bit more ornate than the other.
It's a general collection of books there that there happen to be Bibles in.
Correct.
Just at a glance, is there any books that would be out of the ordinary for a town of this size and nature?
Roll common knowledge for me.
Common knowledge just falls under intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or smirts. Smirts would be it, right?
Yeah, I gave everybody at least a common knowledge of 4 at the beginning of the game, so you at least have that.
Well, I ended up with a 5.
5? Okay, all right. Yeah, you peruse the titles. Some you recognize as sort of some what you would consider general sort of literature. Nothing that you feel is out of the ordinary at all. There's probably more. There are more copies of that lesser expensive Bible in stock than you personally would like. You would like that more of them would have sold, but what are you gonna do?
Right. I would take the. Okay, so. So I would just purchase a small one that would fit in my jacket. And if are there any dime store novels?
There are some. Yep, some.
I would take a Secret Service.
Excellent. Then let's see what would be a good price for a Bible. All right. Yep. A $1.10, please.
Very good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. How long are you staying?
Unknown for the moment.
Well, I sent my my wife and my son back to Albuquerque. Perhaps I'll see you at the saloon for dinner this evening.
Plans are loose at the moment, but if so, then I'll see you then. If not, Lord's peace be with you.
Thank you very much, Reverend. Thank you. Mr. Hayes, are you...
Well, sir, you do have a fine variety of fabrics here. However, you do not have the particular type that I'm looking for. It seems like you have a a grand collection of the cotton and wool fabrics, and I'm looking for something more in a silk.
Yes, yes. Well, it is something that my wife normally handles, but I can tell you that, around here, the silk.
You
let's
probably
just say
don't have a
not-
lot of demand for it.
Indeed. Yes,
Right.
that would be correct.
But I tell you what, I do not want to leave this establishment empty-handed. By chance,
well,
do you have cigarillos?
I do, of course.
I am running low.
He turns and pulls out a box, about half full. So you would imagine there'd be 10 to 15 cigarillos in the box.
Sir, I'll take a dozen of those if you don't mind.
Well, of course, of course. He begins to count them out. Let's see.
By any chance, do you have any idea why the population down here is so low?
Oh, I would have thought you would have heard. It's been rather unfortunate lately. I have no other way to describe them, but we've been attacked. Spider creatures, I believe.
Yeah, the critters is what we call them, actually. We've been sent here to kind of look into the critter situation.
Oh. Well, that makes so much more sense. So you're here from Santa Fe, then?
Oh, yes, that's correct. In fact, I've already spoken to one of your townsfolk, Dolores.
Ah, yes. Mrs. Henry, yes.
Yes, Mrs. Henry, and she directed me to the sheriff's office down over there, but he didn't seem to be in at the moment. I do know that we have an appointment at some point during our stay here.
He has been spending most of his days lately in the saloon with some of the other men. I don't get the wrong idea. Not that he's wasting his time there drinking or any of those kind of things. I know that they've been attempting to formulate a plan, some kind of defense.
I see.
Yes. It's.
I think maybe that the good Reverend and I, maybe we should head on over to the saloon and see if we can find the sheriff.
I see. Yes. Let's. There are 16 in the box. Would you, please, have the others on me? This will. It will.
Now, sir, I insist on paying for them all.
Well, that is very, very kind and generous of you, sir. I do appreciate that. Let's do. That is $10, please.
I hand him the money.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate the business.
Now, you have a fine day, sir.
You as well.
And hopefully things will pick up soon.
With your help, I hope so. I do.
Good day, sir.
And to you. Back to the doctor.
Yes.
By this time, you've made it over to the bluff. You can see that a set of stairs have been carved into the rock and soil that lead up gradually to the church. No sign of the graveyard yet. You're on the south side of that bluff.
I will keep looking around until I find that graveyard.
All right. She was pretty clear that it was around to the north side, so you head around, and you do indeed. There's a well kept, fenced cemetery. Very standard in design, very Christian. in its build, crosses to mark the graves, the whole deal.
I would like to make my way through the aisles, trying to locate any of the disturbed graves.
And you easily find them. There are two graves actually right next to each other, that have been, dirt has been pulled away, and caskets have been torn open.
Are the caskets still there?
What's left of them, yes.
I would like to inspect those caskets if I can.
All right, absolutely. Do you have like an investigation? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for marks on the inside of the casket.
Okay.
To try and appear as though they were not taken, but instead escaped.
Let's do just a straight notice roll for you on that.
All right. That is a 5.
What's that, 5? From what you can determine, both caskets have been torn open, right?
From the outside.
It appears that yes, things have been pulled apart. There's the pieces of those of the top of those caskets are up and out of the grave, not in them. And from what you can tell, with that, with your notice roll, that what you think is the inside of those planks do not have any marks that you would consider that had come recently from within within those caskets.
What are the names on the headstones of those graves?
That is a great question. Let me figure that out real quick.
Mostly I am wanting to collect information about the people who were taken, to try and figure out why these specific graves were essentially robbed and why the others were not. Was there something that connected these two?
They, yes, Josiah and Henley Johansson. Buried right next to each other, same surname. Both by the engravings on what are just really wooden headstones. It does give a date of birth and a date of death. You can tell that both of them were old. They were elderly when they died.
Did they die within days of each other, as elderly couples are prone to do?
It appears so, not because there's any actual date of death. More, it's just year. But you can tell that both of those headstones are relatively new.
Do they appear to be the most recent of the headstones there? Aside from any new ones from the creatures, but...
Give me another notice roll.
I will use one of my bennies. I believe the white ones let me re-roll.
Yes, they will.
I believe any of them do. It's just the white ones aren't good for a whole lot of other things.
I will use that second white one. So apparently,
come on,
dice gods
roller.
don't want me to know the answer to this.
Wow.
F you, dice gods. F you heartily.
Wow. You can't tell. There's nothing there that gives you any sort of impression about when other people may have died. At least close by. You don't see anything.
All right. Well, I am satisfied that this was not of the occult as of right now. So I will make my way back to Dolores' tavern.
Very well. Let's see. Francis,
Ahoy, hoy.
we're back to you, sir.
Let me see if I can find my. Oh, there he is.
Last we saw you, you just whacked a dude.
Excuse me. He struggled with me, tried to escape, and I shot, defended myself, and stopped his escape.
Mhm.
I would like you to get your fucking story straight, Game Master.
Okay then.
Who was he talking to?
All right.
What you doing?
I'm gonna go looking for other people. At this point, I assume that some sort of caretaker shown up and like.
Yes,
help.
the front desk attendant it did call all of the proper people. As you are walking down the stairs, I'm gonna we'll do this. Yes, you meet an undertaker, someone who comes to collect the body. And just as the undertaker is beginning to pull that body out of your room, another man enters the hotel.
First thing I would have done, I would have searched the body.
Right. Yeah. There. Give me you have an investigate, right?
Yes, I do.
Please give me an investigation roll.
I'm a good cop, damn it.
I'm not.
I'm a good guy. 6. Very nice. You are quite thorough. There's a couple of things in his pocket. You have there's a few silver dollars. There's there's a flint, and but really he's there's just not much there other than the clothes on his back.
Okay. All right. Undertaker shows up.
Yep.
I'll look at him. I go, we need him buried, but I need his head. There's a bounty on this man, and I mean to collect.
Son, are you asking me to cut the head off this man?
Either you do it with your special tools in your little space, or I do it right here and fuck up this wall even more than it currently is.
Oh, no, I'm fine with cutting his head off. I just wanted to make sure we were talking about the same thing. Very well, then. Come and collect later today. I'm not doing it here.
Thank you very much,
Of course.
Mr.
Just Charlie. That's fine.
Mr. Charlie. Nice to meet you, Mr. Charlie.
Who will be paying?
I suppose I'll pay.
Very well, then. He just starts to drag it down the stairs.
And who's the other person who walks in?
Yep, another person walks in, and he begins to kind of bark orders. Charlie, get that body off the stairs. You got to let me up there. Charlie
Can I
tries
help
to.
you, sir?
Excuse me, I think I'm the one in charge here. Who are you?
That's a quick one. I'm a deputy, Francis Gunn, out of Santa Fe.
Well, that's a relief. What took you so long to get here? He starts stepping up the stairs and throws a hand out to you.
I don't know if you passed the road recent, but it ain't too clean.
Ah, yeah, I hear that. Constable Mason. Well, acting constable anyway.
Where are you from, mister?
Originally? Up north. It's been a long time, but I never did pick up on the accent that you guys have here.
Yeah. Cheesehead should have gave that away.
So you want to tell me what happened?
That man is Whitey McGee. Well,
Whitey.
was Whitey McGee.
Yeah, we got a wanted poster on him.
And I'm collecting. Don't get no worry about it.
Yeah. I'm not here to argue that with you. Yeah, that's your claim. I understand that.
Well, found him along shore. He was beat up. Tried to take him in all nice like. Had a bad knock back of his head. Hit it somewhere. I think he went swimming a little too long. You know what I mean?
I think
Found
I
him
do.
down
I
by
think
the
I
river.
do. Right.
Your stable hand, Doc. He can claim witness to that.
Yeah, Doc. He knows his stuff. He's, for a stable guy, he's pretty smart up there. He should...
Well, for a stable guy, I'm sure that's true.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, had him here. He's resting. I was watching him. He made a move for me. All of a sudden, I'll admit I had a bit of whiskey in hand.
Right.
He made a move, knocked me. I shot the back wall. Come show you. Before he got to the door, I got him though. I shouldn't have went for the head, but you know how it is.
Well, you're a lawman.
I
I trust
should
you.
have went for a leg. It got caught up.
Oh yeah. And when you're facing another man, you just you fire. You fear for your own life. I understand that.
Well, it ain't. You keep something between two lawmen.
Of course.
He wasn't facing me at the time.
Right. So back of the head then.
Like I said, I should have went for a leg, but
No worries here. I mean, I know that name. I mean,
well,
he was no angel.
$500 to his name alive.
Wow, that'd have been nice.
Ain't crap dead though.
Listen.
We'll still see.
So I'm gonna take your word on that. I mean, listen, we got a lot bigger worries here.
I know. That's why we're here.
Thank the Lord. Okay, great. Let's
Wait, you talking about the animals, right? Like the big
yeah, you're here for
things.
for those. I don't even know what to call those things. Spider creatures.
Yeah, they look
spider
like
scorpions. I mean, they're like the size of.
They look like a Neil to me.
Like
I don't know why.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but all right, great. Come on, come. Could you come with me? I
I'd be like a Neil Harris if I had to put a full name on it.
Come with me.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You see him walking up the stairs with a bucket.
Let me buy you a drink later. On me, okay?
He heads up.
Okay.
All right. He leads you out of the hotel down the main street to leads you to the saloon.
Is there anybody else there that I know? Please, love of God.
No one is that you know is at the saloon. You do open, but when he opens the door and lets you in, there are another 3 individuals sitting at a table with a map on the table.
What saloon was it?
It is called the Old Jewel Saloon, and it is right here. It's the biggest building on Main Street. As you enter, everyone stops what they're doing and looks at you. Cut to Mr. Hayes, the good reverend. You have left. You have left the mercantile, correct?
That is correct.
And where are you headed?
My intentions was to meet up with the rest of the group.
And I believe the last I knew from the livery, they were headed to the hotel. So I suppose I would suggest our next order of business would be to head back to that large hotel that I can't remember the name of, but my character.
All right.
Well,
As you head back to Main Street, I'd like you both to make a notice roll, please.
very well. I don't like that. I'm going to use a white chip. Better.
All right. Yes, both of you, Mr. Hayes, you see what you think is the good deputy entering a building close by on Main Street. Reverend, you are absolutely sure that the deputy just walked into to the saloon, the Old Jewel Saloon, with another man.
Oh. I'll be. That's the deputy. I thought for certain he'd be watching over old Whitey McGee, but
Well, perhaps
maybe the doctor's with him. We should.
Perhaps a good doctor is looking over Mr. McGee. Let's go see what the fine deputy is up to.
Indeed.
We head to the saloon.
Very good. As you head to the saloon, let's cut to the good doctor for a moment. The doctor,
Yeah.
as we left you, you were leaving the cemetery, correct?
Yes, and I was heading toward the saloon. Mr. Loris's saloon.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Dolores's
Dolores's?
saloon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as you you're headed towards the saloon. You have yet to reach Main Street, but I would like you to make a notice roll for me.
All right. I think I need to shut this down and start over again.
I would advise that.
You know what? I will allow you to shut down and restart and make that roll again. I think you've rolled the same digit all the last 4 times you've rolled.
Yeah. Oops. Not that.
You don't have anything in the denoted in the sides, do you?
No.
Well,
Okay.
certainly not now that it's restarted.
An 11.
There you go. That is all right.
You either fixed it or broke it in the opposite direction.
I'll take either way.
We are a superstitious crowd. I mean, if you can't get another set of dice, you just restart the dice roller. There you go.
Yep.
Yes, as you approach the back of the buildings on Main Street to that main drag, you see our little friend poke his head out from a set of bushes.
Motherfucker.
Their little friends just look. His eyes are all big and bright. And if a rabbit could smile, if a jackalope could smile, you would swear that it's smiling at you as it sniffs. And it takes a little hop towards you.
I'm gonna hiss at him. Make direct eye contact. And just
Roll intimidate. Do we have an intimidate?
well, I get a -2 to intimidate,
That's a spirit roll, apparently. Yes.
but I also I also have a thing that animals don't particularly like
It's
me.
very true. It is very true. So go ahead and roll your intimidates with the -2, but I will also give you a you know what? Here's what I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you
Crown jewels.
I'm gonna give you a +4 on that roll.
Oh, okay. So it's really just kind of a +2.
It's a +2 after all the math is done.
And if I don't have intimidate as a skill,
Yeah, it's a spirit roll.
it's just a spirit roll.
Yes.
All right.
Anything that you don't have trained is just the stat it's in, and you subtract 2 from your roll.
Wonderful. Oh, well then, since I don't have it and I naturally get a -2 on intimidate, it would be a 0, a
All
+0 roll. So let me re-roll that. I apologize. It's still a 7.
Very good. And it skitters away. Disappears into a set of bushes.
Hate that fucking jackalope.
How can you hate the jackalope? It's so cute.
Lucky I didn't have my flamethrower on me, you little piece of shit. And then I'm gonna walk back to the tavern.
All right. You head back to the tavern. The rest of you, actually, we're gonna start with the deputy, and I'll let you guys know, Mr. Hayes and Reverend. I'll let you know when you enter. Deputy Gunn.
Whiskey, please. God, please.
Be right there. You see another spindly-looking gentleman. Older. This guy's older. Nice, long, but shaped beard, pouring a shot of whiskey. He brings the bottle.
Thank you kindly.
The guys at the table just point to the table, and he sets it on the table that they're seated at. Please, join us. Join us.
Absolutely. Couldn't help but notice a map. What are we working on, folks? I'm Deputy Francis Gunn from Santa Fe, for introduction's sake.
Good to meet you. Yeah, good to meet you, sir. Thank you very much for coming. We really appreciate it. Please, we're at our wits' end, sir.
You're talking about the creatures, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are.
Now, just to be totally clear, we're talking about the same giant spider things with like scissor jaws.
Yes, sir. They're some kind of like a spider, scorpion, dog-sized thing.
Yeah.
You received the missive that the constable sent.
Missive. Talking about a letter?
Yes, that would be correct.
I myself do not recall a letter, but the colonel did send us this direction.
Very well, very well. I'm Mr. Dayton.
Dayton.
I'm the mayor here.
Mayor Dayton. Pleasure to meet you.
And to you. I suppose then that we might want to take the moment to inform you on just exactly what's happening here in Cuchiti.
Please and thank you.
At that moment, Mr. Hayes, Reverend Fullerton, you enter the saloon.
Do I notice them in her?
Give me, the door opens. It's absolutely noticeable. You see them enter the building.
1 second, gentlemen. Buford, Rev, come here. These are two of my compatriots.
Oh, very
There's
well.
4 of us in full.
Very well, very well. Please, gentlemen, please be seated. I am Mr. Dayton, the mayor here of Cuchiti.
We're speaking of the creatures themselves.
Yes,
The critters.
yes, if you will, indeed.
I lean over to
Subject indeed,
I lean over
but,
I lean over to sorry. I lean over to Buford real quick. I have had a fucking day, dude.
Reverend, you were going to say something?
a dour subject indeed, but pleasure to meet you, Mayor Dayton. I am Reverend Winslow Fullerton.
Reverend, thank you for joining us here. This is a different kind of group than I expected. I have to be honest with you. We have a lawman, a man of the Lord, and you,
No matter
sir.
what you expected, this is what was sent, and it is. The colonel has said that we are capable of this job.
I do apologize.
Now, Francis, you don't have to get so defensive.
I'm not being. I may be being defensive.
Just
I will
a-
admit that, but I am not interested in being accused.
I did not mean to offend, sir. I just expected something different. I apologize.
Now, Reverend, I feel like maybe we walked in on the middle of a conversation and we're not privy to what was talked about beforehand.
Actually, towards the beginning, I'm just in a grumpy mood. I'm sorry. I am sorry, gentlemen.
Understandable.
I have-
sir.
What it's worth, I'm surprised as you are.
Why don't we begin again? He motions to the bartender. The bartender brings 2 more glasses, and the mayor pours for the 3 of you, for himself, and then the other 2. Thank you very much for traveling here today. We do appreciate it. And you drink. Doctor, we're going to cut to you for just a moment here.
Yes.
You, by this point, have made it to Old Henry's. And you walk in, and there she is, Dolores, still behind the bar. Well, I'm so happy to see you back again. Where are your friends?
I anticipated that they would have been here, actually.
Well, I do know that they were looking for the constable, and there's probably only one other place. Well, there's probably 2 other places that you could look. I might suggest that you first stop by the hotel. I heard there was a ruckus there earlier.
Oh.
If he is not there, you may want to head over to the Old Jewel Saloon. The mayor tends to parlay there, and he may be with the mayor.
That would make some sense. Thank you so much.
Of course. Have time for a drink?
Always.
Of course you do.
And I shoot it
Lovely.
like the professional I am.
And where do you head first?
I will head to the saloon.
Very good.
I anticipate the gentlemen have finished their conversations by now.
All right. Back to the saloon. It started about a week ago. These creatures, they come whenever they seem fit to come. At first, they stayed near the edges of town. They would strike quickly. At first, we weren't even sure what was happening. Livestock went first, of course. And then they began to disappear, just two at first. The Johansons, an elderly couple, they passed. At least that's what we had first believed. Perhaps of fear. You know how the elderly can just suddenly go. I'm sorry, I'm not being clear. There seems to be just two. Two creatures, I mean. They come.
No,
I'm sorry, sir?
no, we're talking about the spider things with the clampy jaws.
Correct.
Two?
Correct. We've all seen them, or most.
You're muted again, Buford.
Now, are we talking two large critters, or are we talking the small critters?
Well, we've only seen this. They're about the size of a lab. This
Small
size of a
ones.
dog. A big dog, but they seem they're very fast and they're very durable, I suppose is the word.
Unfortunately,
guns don't-
sir, you've only seen the small ones.
There are larger ones?
Much larger.
Oh, dear.
And they seem to control the small ones.
This is not what I wanted to hear.
What direction they come from?
They come from the west. They always come from, they come from the west by southwest. They always appear from that direction, and they always return to that direction. They come and they strike and they take. They take the living and they take the dead. They actually exhumed the bodies of the Johansons. They dug them from the grave. It was very strange, but at the same time, it's as if they're taking captives. I mean, as if they want to be sure they have the living. I mean, the livestock, it didn't seem to matter. They slaughtered and they took, as you would expect from a beast of that kind, hunters hunting the prey, but
Mountain cats, wolves, yeah.
But they would take people alive. For what purpose? I don't know.
Listen, Mayor, what we need is the location of where they come from. Everything else is trivial.
I can give you a direction, and I can point out the way. I don't think that I have anyone that can lead you directly to them. I'm sorry for that. We've been trying to plan, as you can see, and I have no better information for you.
Walls. You need walls. Also, you get any sharpshooter, shoot them in the mouth. Reverend and Mr. Hayes, can I talk to you by the bar?
I'll meet
It
you
was
up
nice,
there.
it was nice meeting you, gentlemen.
I'll meet you up there in just 1 second. Now,
Back it up.
when I came into town, I was instructed to meet with the sheriff. Said he might possibly be in this establishment, but I don't see him.
That'd be a constable. That'd be me.
Oh, the count. Oh, you. All right. So I think we're all updated here then.
Right. I'm Bill Mason. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir. Doofity Hayes is my name.
Mr. Hayes. Very nice to meet you there.
Well, we'll get on this critter situation immediately. I'll go join my friends now. Nice meeting each and every one of you.
They all nod.
I go up and join Francis.
Yeah, I would have kind of snapped out of like a spacing off type of state and went to join the deputy.
Finish your drink, Hayes. We ain't having these conversations here.
Doctor,
Yes.
you enter the Old Jewel Saloon at this moment.
Is that where we're at?
Gentlemen, yep, you hear the door open and turn to see Dr. Mathis enter the building.
I just casually motion.
The men at the table, they push their chairs back and they stand.
Oh. Such courtesy in such a small town.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but the establishment is closed for business.
Not to her, it ain't.
Pardon me?
Not to her, it ain't.
I'm with them.
Yeah, the good doctor is with us.
Oh, of course. Please.
May I introduce Dr. Coraline Mathis?
Very, very nice to meet you. I am the mayor, Mayor Dayton. We're very pleased to have you here. These gentlemen and I have waited for your group. I do appreciate you being here. I apologize you've missed the briefing. I was unaware that we were waiting for another. Hopefully your friends can catch you up then.
I'm sure they'll fill me in. I just happened to be at the wrong tavern.
Very good. You've met Dolores then.
I have, and
Yes.
let me tell you, that woman is heavy-handed with shot glasses.
She can be. She's a very very popular establishment for such a thing. A delightful woman. I will.
Go ahead.
I will. If you'll excuse us, I will let you catch up with your friends.
You have an excellent night.
As you as well. Yes, you as well. All three of the men actually at the table stand up and leave the saloon.
There ain't nobody else left in here?
Just the bartender.
Did they take their maps with them?
They did leave the maps there. The constable, I apologize. The constable did not leave. He's just hanging back, waiting to see what. He takes a seat at the table after the three men leave, and lets the four of you be.
We need those damn maps. We don't need none of them listening. They all sound like a bunch of fucking idiots.
I apologize. I'm just a little confused here. Deputy, if you're here, and good doctor, if you're here, who's with Mr. McGee?
He's dead. I killed him.
Oh, well, shit.
Thank you.
He made a move. I fired my gun. Brains on the wall. Sorry.
Well, at least it wasn't my room.
He made a move.
Pretending to sleep. Then went for it. A good doctor here in town telling me he was unconscious and needed a few days, I guess, was not telling me the truth.
Oh, I had a brief conversation with the man. He was, at best, pushed into service as a field surgeon in in the wars, and might not have dealt with too many people who were simply unconscious. So may just been a gap in his knowledge.
Sorry, doctor. I ruined our payday.
It's perfectly fine.
Because the last state that I saw Mr. McGee in, it makes me wonder how he had enough energy to make a move. So I would like to roll for some side of deception on the deputy's behalf.
Let's see here. What would be in this system a roll?
A versus charisma roll? Who
Insight type of thing. Well, yeah, that actually might work. Let's
knows?
do.
There's no charisma.
Yeah.
So.
Let's do. How about spirit versus spirit?
You don't want that, bud.
No, I don't.
Boom.
Face.
I'm rolling a D8 on that shit. So.
Well, so did I.
I'm
the
rolling it
13
well.
came on your wild dice.
But you're rolling it better than I am.
That 13 came on your wild dice.
I know.
You know what? I'm gonna use one of my chips.
All right.
Do it.
Here we go.
Well spent, sir. Well spent.
Damn.
You are convinced that he
I am
had no
convinced
choice
he
but
moved
to
on.
kill that dude. Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Give me a drink.
The good news is you do get to take the high roll, but still, you don't see any signs of deception. His eyes are telling the truth.
My eyes are pissed off. And that ain't even lying.
Most unfortunate all. Though he was a wanted man, I'll have to pray for his immortal soul all the harder.
All right.
Don't pray too hard. I had the Undertaker cut his fucking head off.
So this
Strong.
is
Couldn't you have collected the bounty from the constable?
No. It's unlikely. You think they got $50 spreading around this goddamn town?
Fair point.
so now. How many heads have you collected?
Be 3. Now, hey, I can't help it. When it rains, it pours.
I just hope I don't see like the beginning of a pattern here.
What you gotta hope is you don't see your face on a wanted poster.
Ooh.
Let's ain't grieve too much for the man that robbed and thieved and stole horses and cattle.
Oh, I'm not saying that the world is not any better off because he's gone.
Now to the problem at hand. Keep it quiet because the good Mr. Mason is on the other side of the room. Dr. Mathis. Only 2 of the smaller creatures ever attack this town, and they cannot defend themselves against 2. That bigger one shows up, they're all fucked.
We got lucky on the train, and we had a Gatling gun.
But the way they make it sound here is that they're not necessarily attacking the town itself. But it sounds more like they're coming in to cherry pick the people and pull them away, both dead and alive.
Apparently, they dug up a couple corpses out of the.
They did. I can confirm that.
You corpse hunting there, Doctor?
Dolores mentioned that there was some dead going missing. I decided to do a little investigating of my own to make sure that the dead, in fact, went missing not of their own accord.
What it looked like?
It looked as though their coffins were ripped open from the outside, no scratches on the inside, so the dead are still dead, as far as I'm aware.
Now, what fucking animals, in anybody's recollection, does that shit? Because, far as I'm concerned, I ain't think of one.
That's what had me stumped. Why do they need both dead and alive bodies? Why not one or the other?
Makes sense, the bodies are out in the world. Scavengers, you got hawks, coyotes, all manner of shit, eat some dead shit. But digging them up, and digging up specifically the ones, this is the thing, specifically the ones that got attacked previously. Dug up two people that got attacked before.
That was exactly what I was trying to figure out at the cemetery, what the connection was between these Johansons and why them, not...
Apparently, they was attacked before, then they died. Buried them, Christian-like. Then they went after him again. That shit is creepy.
You don't think...
Not generally.
This is allowing you gentlemen to have a peek into some of my extracurricular interests outside of the science that I practice. What if being attacked, bitten, and stung in some way by these creatures, in fact, changes a person's DNA and molecular configuration to the point where they become one of these creatures? Is that perhaps how they reproduce?
My God, you started talking and then I lost you somewhere.
Those were words.
Bodies. They're taking the live ones to change them into more of their own. They're taking the dead ones because they didn't need those dead people coming back.
Barkeep, another round.
Yes, sir. Fills you all up.
To be honest, I didn't understand.
Double. Let's do a double. Let's do that.
He just sets the bottle down in front of you.
Thank you very much.
Doctor, don't you think that they would have retained some of their humanoid features?
Before you answer that, the good Reverend has been attempting to say something. Go ahead, Reverend.
I didn't understand most of what you said, but as far as creatures doing this kind of thing, it bears no sense. For anything so vexing as this, only the human being is the only creature that would comes to mind that would do such a thing.
Mr. Hayes?
Well, I was just pointing out that none of the creatures that we saw had any humanoid features.
Not even close. And I've seen some ugly ass fuckers in my time.
They appear to work as a hive mind, but
I'm just curious if they're pulling them away somewhere and using them for something else.
well, pulling them away, yes. Using them for something, yes, but creatures have no use for that kind of thing. Would they not be controlled by someone?
The big un controls them. We know that.
But what if
When they attacked the damn train, the big un yelled, rest of them copied.
What if the big one's controlled by something else?
Someone.
Are you saying there's a bigger? Oh God!
I'm not saying a bigger one of those anyway. I'm saying there may be something or someone that is controlling the big one to control the small ones.
Barkeep, you got peyote? I'm gonna need something a little bit stronger.
Deputy,
Reaches
I
back
understand it's a stressful situation, but within reason,
From the top shelf,
best we keep our faculties.
he pulls from the top shelf a really nice bottle of something.
Reverend, you can keep your facilities. I'm having that bottle. Anybody else? Buford? Mrs. Doctor?
As you pop that bottle open and pour, the front door of the establishment opens again, and a
Private party.
young woman and a 9-year-old boy walk in, and they are carrying a large platter of food. And you by now you could see that when the door opened, that the sun had begun to fall. Evening's on its way, and she sets this large platter down on the table next to the maps, and she leans over and gives the constable a smooch on the cheek.
Mrs. Mason?
Hello. Are these them?
And I do stand when she enters the room.
Deputy Francis Gunn, Santa Fe. Assistant Deputy Buford T. Hayes.
That's Buford T. Hayes.
Mr. Hayes. Hello.
Assistant Deputy Reverend something, him.
Reverend.
And Assistant Mrs. Dr. Corlin Mathis.
Doctor. Very nice. Very nice to meet you. I'm Jenny. I've brought dinner.
Your last name's
okay?
Fullerman, right?
Fullerton.
I remember that. I swear.
I did bring some dinner. She pulls a cloth off the top of it, and there are 4 plates, a meat, a potato, a vegetable.
Much obliged.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I fear that we'll have to take Willie here and leave the area, and we'd rather stay as long as we can. So thank you.
Hey, kiddo.
He's tucked in between his parents, and he just gives a wave. You can tell that he's looking at your pistol on the strap to your leg.
No, you don't want nothing involved in this. You know what you want? I reach into my back bag. I pull out one of my dime store novels. This is what you want.
Whoa. He looks at his mom. She nods. He steps out. And he looks at you before he takes it. He's just like,
You want to be one of the lawmen.
thanks, mister. What's this one about?
That one right there is about a mysterious tribesman who helps a Texas lawman solve a mystery involving a few disappearances. There's a damsel in distress. It's quite nice.
Is there lots of shootouts?
Only two. But they're real good.
Oh. Thanks, mister. He heads back by his parents and he starts flipping through. You can see that the constable's looking at the map, hunched over it.
I look back at everybody else and I kind of eye motion at Mason, trying to say that, what do you think?
I mean, I understand that we were asked to have discretion in what we were doing. I understand that we were simply here to observe and report, but he seems a good man. These people seem good people. We have to help them.
Yeah, all right. Mason,
He turns and looks at you.
show me this map situation. Doctor, please
Great.
help, please, for Christ's sake.
All right, so we're here, and as far as we can tell by the tracks that we followed, is they're going out in this direction and this direction. And he starts to point at things on the map. There's only a couple places they can be, especially if they're taking those things. You can see little Willie looking up at the table. What you looking for? Come on, son. You gotta let them. They're looking for those creatures. Can't bother them right now.
Willie. I need that book read by tomorrow, son.
Oh, right. Okay. And he starts to leaf through the pages again, and he looks up at his mom, and I could show them where they are.
I'm sorry, Willie?
Oh, I can show you where the creatures go. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We'll be back next week to find out just how much little Willie knows.
Okay.
Have a good evening, everyone. Holy forking
All right.
shirt.
All right. Sounds like there's no Sunday because little Lincoln's birthday Sunday's turning 3.
Little Linky birthday.
Little Lincoln birthday. So no Distant Star on Sunday, but we'll be back on Tuesday afternoon with a little bit of level 1 GM, and then we'll be back on Wednesday for some Krasden, and Thursday back here again for episode 6 of Deadlands-Blood Moon. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys. That was super fun.
Bye.
All right. Bye.